Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a fragrance first impression from one of these Electimuss London fragrances. I got these when I made a recent purchase from MAXAROMA. They've been really generous in sending samples, and this is a brand I've wanted to get my nose on. I thought it would be fun to do a fragrance first impression from one of these fragrances. So let's get into the video. First things first, if you're watching this video, you already know which one of these I decided, but I just wanted to kind of look through and see which one of these would be a good fit to do a first impression of today. Whichever one I don't do a first impression of, if you would like to let me know if you'd like me to do a first impression of the other one, let me know. I usually prefer to wear fragrances for a few weeks before I do a review, but first impressions can be fun of the initial thoughts of the dry down and just how it smells. So out of these two fragrances, the first one we have here, and the packaging for these samples is really cute. Looks like a little book. It's got some purple foamy inside. This one is Black Caviar. So it has caviar, agar wood, and cedar wood at the top. The heart is lavender, sage, and rosemary, and the base is vetiver and patchouli. And then the other one we have, which is Aurora. And again, really fantastic packaging for a sample. I love that there's the notes. I love it when brands take the extra step for good packaging, even for samples. And I know that this brand is pricey, so it's nice to see at least a luxury, higher end, higher priced brand taking positive steps into creating a great experience, even when it's just with their samples. I do appreciate that very much. So Aurora has saffron, cloves, oud, and cardamom. At the heart, you have rose, sandalwood, and patchouli. And at the base, you have gray amber and white musk. So I have a doctor's appointment today, as I do just about every day. I feel like I'm living at the hospital in different places. So even though this is a first impression, I think I'm gonna go for the one that I feel would be a little bit less intimidating for a doctor's office. So I'm gonna go with Black Caviar. It does have agar wood in it, but I feel like the spiciness of the cloves and saffron in here might be a little bit too much for the delicate noses of people in the waiting room. I do, even with social distancing and masks, I do try to, when I go to the doctor's office, either wear no fragrance or wear very safe fragrances. But when I do fragrance first impressions, I just spray one part of my body. So hopefully that will be okay. So we're gonna do a fragrance first impression of Black Caviar. So let me get some little bit more of information on this fragrance, and then we'll do that here impression, shall we? I know I can't talk. I do it on purpose sometimes. Please believe that. All right, what I was looking for was price. It looks like this is priced at $275. That is a price tag for some people, and for a lot of people that can be inaccessible. So when I review this first impressions, I'm going to be kind of comparing it to other fragrances at that price point and letting you guys know if I think it's worth it based on that price point. I don't like to sit here and say that an inexpensive fragrance, is not worth it because it doesn't meet up to expensive counterparts. That's not fair to inexpensive fragrances. And expensive fragrances should meet specific hallmarks in order for it to be worth the price point. And for me, that has to do with how it smells and at least how it performs to some degree based on the notes and the type of fragrance this is going to be. This is a aromatic woody fragrance, so I expect it to perform well and smell very good because I like all of these notes. So let's go. So I'm gonna spray it on right here on my skin. This is moisturized and prepped with an unscented body lotion about 20 minutes ago. I'm going to spray twice. It's a really nice sprayer on this guy. Now I will say that the second I sprayed this, I could smell it. Some fragrances, like once you spray them, it takes a while for it to kind of waft into your nose. But actually, this was very aromatic the second it came out of the sprayer, which I think has to do with that really fine mist that came out. So the quality of the sprayers on their samples is fantastic. So I'm gonna give this about a minute to kind of settle on my skin. I'll give you my first impressions of the dry down, of the opening, there we go. And then I'll come back in. These types of fragrances I like to let develop on my skin for probably about 25 to 30 minutes. So then after I let you guys know about my opening thoughts, I will come back in about 20-30 minutes and let you guys know my first impressions of the dry down. Okay, it's been about 30 seconds, a minute, not too long. I literally just checked like 2 quick emails. I get the same spam messages of use this cash for the store, and I hate it when it's like you have $20 to spend in our store, but in order to qualify for the $20, you have to spend $100, and I'm like, that's stupid. I'm not gonna do that. So that's a completely different topic. That's an idea of reward points and reward programs with stores I do not like. Anyway, so this has been very aromatic on the skin. I haven't even really had to lift my arm up too much to be able to smell it. Now for fragrances like this, I do expect a bit of aromatic like atmosphere in the opening. For me, in regards to like projection and sillage and how it performs, I really look to how it performs after like the first hour, because I do expect some lingering droplets in the air. This smells very beautiful, but there's something about it. So the first thing is this is a very familiar fragrance, and I can't put my nose on, and it's not a different fragrance that it's reminding me of. It's something different entirely. It's a very familiar smell. Like there's a memory to this fragrance, and I don't know if it's a person that I used to know, or a place, or someone's house. I don't know. This smell is so familiar. Not in a bad way. It's just like I can't quite figure out exactly what this smells like. So I like it a lot, but there's something in here, and I don't know if it's the caviar that's making it a little bit salty, briny, but not in a positive way. So the opening is very aromatic. You get the sage, you get the rosemary, you get that lavender, you get these beautiful woods. It's very youthful. It's a very youthful masculine fragrance. It's kind of what it smells like. Very woody, really, really nice. Very unassuming fragrance, smells good. And then like when you smell it like closer on your skin, you're kind of getting a little something else, like a little something different. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna wait and see how this develops on my skin, and I will come back, I'll let you know. Okay. This has been a very interesting first impression, and I don't know if I like this fragrance. It's not bad. Let me throw that out there. I do not dislike this fragrance. I don't think it's a bad fragrance. I don't think it's for me. And that's saying something, because I like just about everything. The reason why I don't think this is for me is because I did something I normally don't do. And that is, I went to Fragrantica and I went to see what other people thought of this fragrance, because there was something about this fragrance that was just driving me crazy. And I couldn't, for the life of me, think of what it was. It was nuts. So I was like, maybe someone will say something. And it was like, this was like 5 minutes ago after I was like, okay, I know what I'm gonna say about this fragrance. And where is it? Oh my gosh, I lost it. Someone says it smells like, this is from Jaws Mellow. They posted, this is the reviewer who posted this on Fragrantica. Abercrombie and Finch called, they want their scent spraying machine back. Oh my gosh, that is what it smells like. So I did a lot of retail. I've worked in a lot of retail environments, a lot of malls. I did a lot of like operations stuff, management stuff, things like that. I know what malls smell like. This smells like that. This smells like, not exactly, now I wouldn't say Abercrombie and Fitch, but like, there's just something about this smell that smells like there's like stores for like very kind of like semi-athletic, preppy, beachy teens. And it's woody and it's aromatic and it's youthful, and that's what it smells like to me. And when I read that, I was like, that's it. That's what it smells like, because it smells like my minimum wage jobs in high school after I worked at the, because I worked in a lot of malls and stuff on top of ice cream parlors. Because I'm associating that smell with that, I think that's why I don't like this. I think I am just biased with this fragrance because it smells like that. but that smell is not a bad smell. So removing my bias of this smelling like an Abercrombie & Fitch store, because that person basically, like, I was like, ding, 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 light bulb, that's what it smelled like. I couldn't quite put it on because I used to have to walk by that store every single day for like years. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, like that smell, I know that smell. There's something about this kind of fishy, briny caviar note that I think makes this kind of cool, but also could make it unsafe. So the smell of Abercrombie & Fitch, the smell of this kind of aromatic, woody fragrance is very easy to wear, very complimentary. Aside from the caviar note in here, I think this is the type of fragrance that you could wear anywhere. You could wear this to work, you could wear this to more kind of like higher end occasions. I think woody fragrances like this really go well for not so much black tie, but if you're going to like, you know, a nice dinner and you want to smell really nice and complimentary, but you don't want to be too crazy powerful with your scent, this composition is really fantastic. And the quality of these notes, it smells way better than Abercrombie & Fitch stores, except it kind of has that reminiscent smell, that kind of nostalgia of those types of stores as you walk by. Like I really, like, I can't get that idea of those stores out of my head after I read that comment. But I will say this, that it smells really good, it smells really complimentary. There's something about this that smells very confident, attractive, and kind of like youthful, like that kind of youthful woody aromatic fragrance, like the type of fragrance you get for somebody who's, you know, probably like entering, you know, like entering their career, and you want to kind of like congratulate them, or you want to congratulate yourself by buying a nice fragrance. Like this smells like that kind of scent. It smells like just a very good fragrance that you could wear. And the rosemary is really smart. And I think the rosemary paired with the Black Caviar is giving it this kind of semi-umami saltiness, just a little bit in the background. And that's the little bit that I think makes this a little bit more edgy, a little bit more niche, a little bit more different. And for some people, depending on your skin, can be a little bit challenging. So if you were to remove this like Black Caviar, this salty brininess on the skin, it kind of smells like your skin when you're just out of the ocean, like that saltiness. If you were to remove that, I think you would have like a 10 out of 10 easy to wear fragrance, like dumb grab, wear it anywhere, beautiful scent. But for the price point, might be a little pricey, but I wouldn't think it was crazy overpriced for what it is, you know? Like, it does smell really good. It does have a bit of an aromatic quality to it, wafting in the air, that I still kind of smell after an hour. So I think this would have pretty decent projection. I'm not sure about sillage. These types of fragrances tend to have good longevity. I'm just basing it off of the notes, basing it off of my experience. Definitely check other people who have worn this more than an hour on their skin when they tell you if it's good or not. But so far, checking all the marks. Does it smell good? Yeah, it actually does smell really good. I do like the way that this smells. I did like the way the store smells. It's just taken me back to scent memories, nostalgia areas where I just try to kind of forget that time of my life when I'm working like 95 hours a week at you know, retail stores in the mall, and you hear the same 5 Christmas songs and you smell this all day. That's what this is bringing me. It's not the scent itself that I dislike. It's the memories associated with it. But I do want to say that I'm kind of bringing my bias into this because it's, you know, it's kind of what you guys watch, is more entertainment and less, you know, information from me. At least I hope I'm entertaining. At least laugh at my stupid face. Go for that. But I do want to say this about this fragrance. Do I think this smells good? Yes. I love the aromatics in here. I think that these are really what make this fragrance something a little bit special, but also kind of save it from being too overtly woody. Vetiver and patchouli and cedarwood, these are all very distinctive notes that sometimes can work really well together, but they can smell kind of like when you have white flowers and you have too many white flowers together and it just smells white floral and not distinct. Sometimes when I see a lot of these woods together, you don't get, even if they're very distinct woods, it smells woody and in a very kind of like dumbed down, lazy way. This doesn't smell like a lazy fragrance. This smells like a very well-crafted fragrance. It smells like something that somebody sat down and actually put a lot of thought into when they were choosing the specific notes. And it smells like the woods are really working with those aromatics. And the aromatics really are the star of the show. I would say the rosemary. So what I like about this fragrance and what I don't like about this fragrance has to boil down to this kind of salty, savory kind of feeling that the fragrance has. I think that it could be a little challenging if your skin pulls that a completely different way. So if you're the type of person where salty notes are something you really enjoy and you like aromatics and you're not scared of something with a little bit of, you know, a little bit different about it, I think this would be a great fragrance to try. I think this is going to be a beautiful fragrance. But if you're the type of person where salty notes or briny notes kind of pull a little bit too challenging on your skin, I would say proceed with caution with this fragrance, because I don't know how exactly that salty note would affect the balance of these woods and this kind of like savory element. Specifically because this is a type of fragrance that you could find maybe not the same quality for a cheaper price, but the same effect for a cheaper price. And I think what you're really paying for is the quality of the blend, the quality of the juice, and that kind of unique extra little like spin of this kind of salty note to it. I think that's what you're paying for, is the ingredients, obviously the presentation, and this kind of unique artistic, like, let's add some caviar to that. And so you want to make sure that that extra added note works on your skin. And I think that that's where this could make this an amazing fragrance for somebody, or make it not an amazing fragrance for somebody. Aside from the caviar note, I think this is a really easy fragrance to wear. So this is the type of fragrance, if you were going to invest in a scent that you could wear to work, on dates, out and about, if you're being social, or just wearing around the house by yourself, this fragrance I think would work really well as a very versatile everyday signature scent. I don't know if this is the type of fragrance that would work really well in like frigid winters, but I think this could probably work really well in like cooler fall. So an investment fragrance, I think this would be well too. My overall thoughts on this, as I'm kind of talking in circles, is it's a good fragrance. I'm not horrified by the price point. From what I can smell, I think it's a fair price point. I think it's an easy scent to wear. It's definitely leaning on like masculine side, but that doesn't mean that it's not for women. You can wear whatever you want. I'm just letting you guys know, if you prefer the more feminine leaning fragrances, this probably won't be for you, but it's really nice. And I think that it will gather a lot of compliments. I think it's an easy scent to wear, and I think it smells nice. And the presentation of these bottles is really cool too. So overall, my thoughts on this are very positive, aside from my scent memories. And the only thing I have to say to proceed with caution about has mostly to do with that like salty, savory note. If you don't like that kind of stuff, you might find this isn't for you, but overall it's really, really nice. So that is my first impressions of Black Caviar from Electimuss. If I mispronounced that, please let me know. If you guys have tried this fragrance, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and let me know other fragrances from this house that you like. I'd love to know what you guys think. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and sorry if I kept looking down. I have the air conditioning on in here, and this thing kept going like this, and I am like a goldfish. My attention span is just everywhere, so if I'm like not looking at you guys, I'm sorry. This was just fluttering in the wind. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.